Hi everyone, welcome back to the new video. Today we are discussing another type of cash book called a petty cash book. So in the category of special journals, we have so far discussed simple column cash book or single column cash book, double column cash book or cash book with the cash and bank columns, and now the third one, that is petty cash book. What is a petty cash book? So if you think about a big business organization, there will be thousands of transactions. Thousands of transactions will be there. So it will be very difficult for a cashier to look after all such transactions and transactions of repetitive nature for petty amounts. Petty means small amounts. For example, in a day for a business there will be expenses like auto fare, payment of auto fare, purchase of refreshments, snacks or something like that, purchase of meals, then printouts or taking Xerox copy or purchase of postage stamp. Like that, many petty expenses will be there. Small amount of expenses will be there. So it will be very difficult for a cashier to look after all such main business transactions and this type of petty business transactions. So in order to make it convenient, the main cashier will keep an assistant cashier called as petty cashier and assign him the work of meeting these petty payments. That means the payment for postage stamp, payment for stationery, payment for auto fare, bus fare, all those things should be settled by the additional cashier. That is called the petty cashier. And the cash book maintained by that petty cashier is called as petty cash book. So we can say that a petty cash book is a cash book which is used to record all the petty payments or all the petty expenses. So that is what is called a petty cash book. We can make the explanation like this. A petty cash book is maintained to record expenses of small and recurring nature. That cash book is called as petty cash book. The cash book maintained to record the expenses of small and recurring nature are called petty cash book. A petty cash book is maintained by a separate cashier who is called as petty cashier. And this petty cashier will be maintaining the petty cash book under Imprest system. What is this Imprest system? Imprest system is a system in which the main cashier at the end of or at the beginning of a month, suppose at the beginning of a week or month, a lump sum amount will be paid by the main cashier to the petty cashier. Say at the beginning of a month, at the beginning of January 1st or on January 1st, the main cashier given 5,000 rupees to the petty cashier. Why it is given to him? With that 5,000 rupees, he has to meet all the petty expenses during the month of January. Okay, during the month of January, he has to meet all the petty expenses with this 5,000 rupees. And that amount is called Imprest amount. This 5,000 or what amount is given by the main cashier to the petty cashier is called Imprest amount. And with that Imprest amount, he has to meet all the expenses during that particular period of time, here for a month. And at the end of that period, at the end of the month, say on 31st of January, he can find out that how much balance is left with him. For example, out of this 5,000, at the end of the month, on 31st January, he has left only 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees is left by. So next day, that means February 1st, the next month begins. So the main cashier will give how much rupees to the petty cashier again? 1000 rupees is already there with the petty cashier. So the main cashier will give remaining 4000 rupees to make the amount equal to the Imprest amount, that is 5000 rupees. That system is called Imprest system. So we can say that Imprest system is a system which is made for making petty cash payments. So a petty cash book is maintained under Imprest system. Under this system, a definite sum is given by the main cashier to the petty cashier in the beginning of a certain period. That's what we have told in the beginning of the month. Some money is given. This amount is called Imprest amount. The petty cashier goes on making all the payments out of this Imprest amount. During that month, he will meet all the expenses with this Imprest amount. And when he spends the substantial portion of the Imprest amount, that means the majority of the money is completed, he will get back he will get the reimbursement of the amount spent. So 4000 in the previous example, 4000 rupees he spent. So he will get the reimbursement of 4000 rupees. That means the money he spent. And that equates the Imprest amount given in the beginning of the period. And that money, with that reimbursed money, he can continue the making payment of the next month. Suppose in the January 1st he has been given 5000 rupees. Suppose by January 20th itself this 5000 rupees got over. Then he can again request to the main cashier to give the money, and again main cashier will give what is spent. 5000 here it is spent, so 5000 will be given. With that 5000 he can meet the remaining, that expense for the remaining days. So that system is called Imprest system. Petty cash book is usually maintained under Imprest system. Okay, so here the petty cashier maintains a petty cash book. That petty cash book does not have a proper format. It can be maintained by the petty cashier according to the nature of the expense. So let us see that what is the format of a petty cash book. We cannot say that petty cash book should contain this much columns only, or the column should be like this, and that way we cannot predict that what should be this, how many columns will be there for the petty cash book. But on an overall view, we can say that petty cash book has the format which we are going to discuss here. So this is the format of a petty cash book. Here is the format, and we will give the heading first, petty cash book, and the columns headings will be like this. See, the first one is amount received. Amount received. Then after that date column will be there. Then particulars column. Amount received means the amount received from the main cashier. And the date on which the amount received and the date on which the payments are being made. Here particulars in the sense, first when we get the money from the main cashier, we will write here to cash. To cash means money received from main cashier. And after that we will make all payments by writing by that concerned item. For example, if bus charge is paid, we will write by bus charge. Like that we will write. We will see that how it can be written. We will see all those things in the coming questions. Okay. Then the amount spent, amount paid for each transaction, and here analysis of expenses. On the basis of our experience, for past experience, we can come to know that which are the major headings of expenses that usually happens with our business. So accordingly we can give the headings for separation of expenses. It is not compulsory that postage, telephone and telegram, conveyance, stationery, all these things should be there exactly like this. It can be according to the experience. So for example, if we have no conveyance as petty category, we need not maintain a column for that. Okay, that's what we have told, that we cannot specifically say that this many columns should be there for a petty cash book. But as per the experience, we have to make the column, or we have to allocate the column for each petty expenses. Now let us see how to solve a question. So here we have a question with us. See, this is the question which says that Mr. Ravi, the petty cashier of Messrs. Tool India Limited, on received rupees 2000 on 1st April 2020 for the following items. So 2020 April 1st he has been received rupees 2000 from the main cashier, and he spent the money for the following items. We will discuss all those things one by one. So here auto fare is there, courier charge is there. Auto fare we can consider it as what we can consider it is conveyance. Then courier charge is there. Courier charge we can consider it as postage and telegram. So postage stamp also same way. Pencil, pads, etc. can be considered as stationery. So like this, various categories will be there. Anyway, we made a cash book here with the heading solution part. In that, in the books of Messrs. Travel India, petty cash book. So this is the petty cash book, and the columns, we have discussed the columns like this: amount received, date, particulars, voucher number, amount paid, all those things are there. So amount received, when the amount is received April 1st 2020, so that date we have to write first. 2020 April 1, how much is received? 2000 is received. That should be shown on the received column. And what can be written as the particulars? Can be written as cash received. From whom? From the main cashier. Okay, here we need not write the amount now, because this amount is for amount paid. We received the money, so it should be written on the received column. Then now let us see the first transaction, first payment. April 2, auto fare rupees 200 is paid. So let us consider that April 2 paid auto fare. So we can write here particulars column auto fare. If the voucher number, that means receipt number or something is there, that can be mentioned here. How much is paid? 200 rupees is paid. So auto fare, if we see, it should be shown in the conveyance. Conveyance means transport. It is related to transportation. So we can write that 200 in the conveyance column. That is the category of expense. Okay, is it clear? So auto fare related to traveling. Traveling means conveyance, so it should come in the conveyance category. Then let us see the next one. Courier charges. Courier charges, we have to pay how much? Courier charges to be paid on 3rd should be written as courier charges. How much? 50 rupees is the courier charges. Courier charges should be in the postage stamp. Yes, postage. So courier comes under the postage category. So we can write there rupees 50. Okay. Now postage stamp 95 rupees on April 4. April 4 postage stamp 95 rupees. Then we have to write the date April 4 postage stamp, that also comes under postage. So before that we have to write the amount paid. 95 rupees should be shown in the postage column. Okay. Then let us see the next one. After postage stamp, there is pencils or pads. Pencils and pads are purchased on April 5. Amount 65 rupees. So April 5, date is mentioned. Pads and pencils 65 rupees. Pads and pencil comes under stationery. Stationery means writing materials. Stationery code. So it comes under the category of stationery. Then next item. Speed post charges. Speed post charges paid rupees 40 on April 6. Speed post charge paid on 6th. So we can write here the category as speed post charges. How much rupees paid? 40 rupees paid. And speed post also comes under telephone and telegram. Telephone and telegram separate. So here speed post comes under postage category. Okay. So there we have to write. Then next transaction on April 8, taxi fare. 2 times it is paid 205 plus 90 rupees, 295 rupees. 295 rupees paid as taxi fare on April 8. April 8 taxi fare 295 total amount paid. Taxi fare comes under conveyance. So in conveyance column we can write 295. Okay. Then next April 9 refreshment is paid for 310 rupees. Let us see here April 9 refreshment total amount is 310. See, one thing you can see here, there is no column for refreshment. Refreshment is not frequently occurring expense. So that type of rare expense which are rare in category can be shown in the heading miscellaneous. Miscellaneous means the items which occur rarely and does not belong to any other category. So we can mention that in the miscellaneous column 310. Then after that, next item, April 11 auto fare paid rupees 60. April 11 auto fare 60 rupees paid. Auto fare, we know that it is coming under conveyance category. So let us write that here in the conveyance category, rupees 60. Conveyance means transport. Then next on April 13, telegram 64 rupees paid. April 13, payment for telegram. Okay, telegram and telephone both are communication related expenses, so it can be combinedly written together. Okay, so telegram shown in the telephone and telegram category. Then next on 16th, computer stationery rupees 165. Computer stationery purchased for 165. So that also comes under stationery category. Let us write the date 16. Computer stationery, amount 165 comes under stationery, right? Stationery 165. That also over. Now next, April 19, bus fare paid rupees 40. Bus fare, April 19, payment of bus fare, amount 40. Bus fare comes under conveyance. Conveyance is here. See, conveyance category, 40 rupees paid. Now let us see the next one. STD call charges 205 on April 21st. April 21st. STD call charges. STD call charges, we know that where it comes under telegram and telephone. 205. Then next, on 23rd, refreshment, again refreshment rupees 80. Refreshment, we know that where it will be written in the miscellaneous category. So refreshment, total amount paid is 80. STD call charges 205 paid, that also we need to write. Refreshment comes under miscellaneous category. See, miscellaneous category, refreshment is mentioned. Then next, on 25th, photostat charges 40 rupees. Photostat. So photostat we have to consider on stationery. So photostat charges how much? 25. Sorry, 45 rupees. Photostat, for that nothing is mentioned. So stationery, if it is mentioned printing and stationery, we can write photostat charges there. But since it is not mentioned the printing and stationery, we have to state that in the miscellaneous category only. Okay, so we have to mention in the miscellaneous category. And now the next item, 28, April 28, courier charges 40 rupees. So let us write on 28, courier charges, amount 40 rupees. Courier charges, we know that it will be there in the postage and postage category only, courier charges. Then next, the last transaction we have on April 30th, bus fare 40 rupees, that comes under conveyance charges. So April 30th bus fare, total amount paid 40, so comes under conveyance charges. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to total all the amount paid columns. So total amount paid column we can total. So we will get here 1794 rupees total amount paid. And we can total the subcategory of expenses also. First, postage we will get 225, then 269 postage, telegram and telephone. Next, conveyance charges 635, then stationery 230, then miscellaneous 435. So these are the total amount of expenses. This subcategory should be equal to the total amount spent, that is 1794. And we have here, now we have to close the account. So first of all, in order to close that, we have to write the total amount received, that is 2000 rupees. That should be transferred here to the payment side. So 2000 rupees we have received, out of that 1794 we have spent, and the balance with us is 206 rupees. That is there with us. Okay, so that we have to write when on 30th. Okay, so 30th of this month we have here balance carry down 206, 30th April. Okay, so 30th April we have 2006 rupees. Balance is there. So that balance is there with us, and that amount, the remaining, that balance will be brought down to the receipt side, because that is the amount there with us. Okay, now how much the money we need to get for the next month, how much we spend, that we have to get for the next month. How much? 1974, that we have to get on 1st May. Okay, here also 1st May only balanced. So here also we have to write 1st May. Okay, that money we will have to get from the main cashier. So we will write here cash received. So this is the preparation of petty cash book. So this is the question with us, and with that question we prepare the petty cash book like this. Okay, it is very simple to prepare, and the format can be changed according to the category of expenses. So how you can bifurcate the expenses? Before that, you have to read the question once again. Okay, when you get a question for preparing the petty cash book, you have to read the question 1 or 2 times and categorize the expenses. And after categorizing the expenses, those category can be mentioned here as the analysis of expenses, and can record the expenses in those columns. Okay, and this is the format for preparing the petty cash. I hope this is very easy and all of you could follow that. Okay, and you can solve similar type of questions from your reference book. Thank you very much.